I got y'all another one. Yes, sir. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is J motherfucking Salty. Don't forget the J, and don't forget a nigga get a little salty. I am the light-skinned wizard, the light-skinned therapist, the light-skinned Mr. Could take yo bitch, and just a light-skinned nigga in general. If you don't know me, now you know me. And for today's reaction video, we're gonna be reacting to another Tommy NFG video. He just dropped the video. I just finished recording a video, saw this video, so I said, you know what, fuck it, double upload because I do not care. And we're gonna be reacting to the age of addictions. I ain't gonna lie, we in a dictionary. I just said addiction. I don't even think that's a word, but y'all know what I was gonna say. We in a generation where everybody's addicted to something. You got the gas thing, you got Zaza, you got drink. But I feel like it's a lot worse now. Because I feel like, you know, people are just dumb. And social media, people see stuff on social media, so they're kind of influenced by it. Because, you know, back then, like, previous generations didn't really have access to the internet. So they don't really see all these other stuff, or exposed to all these other drugs and all this stuff like that. Besides that, let's not say too much, but I am recording this video on Twitch, twitch.tv/JSalty. If you want to sit there and talk to me while I'm recording my video, more power to you.
Addictions have always been a thing in this world, and it's inevitable people get them. Each generation has had a different set of ones affect them more compared to the next. Boomers were more addicted to cigarettes and alcohol, being the victim of the tobacco industry and having them pay off doctors to say things like this.
You know, this night work's kind of rough, isn't it? That's right. But a camel's always a pleasure.
Yes, folks, the pleasing mildness of a camel is just as enjoyable to a doctor as it is to you or me.
But hey, it's all good.
That's crazy. Imagine paying a doctor just to tell you that something is good, knowing damn well, man, if I was a doctor and a nigga said, I'll pay you $2 billion to tell me it's sick, no.
They made it for that stress by beating their millennial children for asking them to get a toy. Millennials and Gen X are more addicted to alcohol and prescription drugs, and also posting the most cringe content you'll ever see on TikTok.
What the fuck?
I guess that's what happens when you were the victim of the Gen.
Yo, that is somebody's mother, if this is a millennial. Nah, that's pretty much the U.S. industry. I feel like it's just... I'm messing down. One day I work on... Yeah, I'm crying.
Just because, you know what? If they're having fun on their side of the internet, I'm happy for them. And of course, we end up with the dump of all that, which is...
Yo, that flight video when he was sitting there talking, going crazy, he's like, hee! And then, like, he just slowly started getting high.
But I think we're kind of different because before you had to do a little more searching in the past generations to get that addiction. You know, like have the money to buy a cigarette or alcohol. But now because of the digital age, it's made it almost impossible for Gen Z to not have an addiction. The amount of people in Gen Z who just have an addiction casually and we act like it's normal is kind of insane. We were the first test group of the internet's effect on a younger generation, and now that everyone's on the internet 24/7, like 90% of people have an addiction.
Shit, we on that shit right now.
So I want to talk about all the ones that are getting pushed and more amplified with us, I would say. And we can start off with food. Okay, food didn't start with us, and Gen Z isn't even the fattest generation. But because of online ads and social media ads, it's very easy to push. We haven't even paid attention to the thought of how many food delivery apps we have. Bro, growing up, I remember the most you could deliver to your house was a pizza. It would be late night, and if you were
it was pizza, it was Chinese food. How the fuck can it be a problem? Because, man, only got 24 a day. Shit, man. Pizza, I remember back in the old, like, when y'all was in school, like, when, like, you know, school little pool parties and shit. Yo, who ordering pizza? Who ordering pizza? I'm on the phone with them right now. How many pies? How many pies? Yo, get seven. I'll put in money. Everybody ordering them pizzas and shit like that. Shit was valid.
And didn't want to drive to an actual physical location, your ass had to order some Domino's or Papa John's. I know it had to suck working at one of those places back then though, because the amount of prank calls that would go viral on YouTube of people just trolling them was astronomical. Like this channel Ownage Pranks used to go A1 back in the day. Bro would spout the most stereotypical racist accent to a worker and ruin their day.
Bro, I forgot about that.
Apps anymore. If you just download the
what the fuck is Food Panda? But they sponsored our alcohol. That is crazy.
Apps, they get
Imagine a school sponsoring alcohol. What the hell?
for you. You know, you got
I'm not talking about a video.
Chick-fil-A's,
Talk about. Sorry, when you said that in my
McDonald's,
chat.
Taco Bell, food, Chipotle. Wait, what? Yeah, believe it or not, that was a real delivery service app until it got taken down. I wonder how such a family-friendly thing could violate Apple's terms of service. And if you download one of these food apps, you can save like half your costs by using them. They make
Also
it
drink
easier
with
than ever.
Teachers also drank with students. What the hell, Leon? That's what I'm finna say.
Because they'll give you the best deals ever that for some reason they don't offer if you don't order on the app. And quarantine at my biggest backers, I was trapping off that McDonald's app getting a free large fry with a $1 purchase. You got with 2 million McDonald's points who order basically every day for the past 4 years. At that point, do you get to meet
Nah. There's no way one person can stack up 2 million points. There's no way. You have to be sharing that McDonald's app with your family. Respectfully.
on a McDonald's or something, because that has to deserve some type of reward. TikTok got to be the biggest influence for food nowadays though, because how many times have you seen a food spot on TikTok and it's near you and you think to yourself, well damn, now I gotta try it to see what the hype is. With traveling nowadays, everyone's go-to when looking for food is going to TikTok to see what the people are saying is the
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Every time I want to go out a date with my girlfriend, I just search up food on the TikTok thing and then I go and get some food. But that is true. I ain't gonna lie. It could be 2 in the morning and like I get a promotion of this new spot that opened in my town. It could be food. I check DoorDash or Uber Eats. I go on that bitch and all I see is that food. Oh my God. Shout about cooked. Yo, am I cooked, bro? Nah, it's GG's. I might be cooked. I ain't even gonna lie.
the best. I always think how insane Keith
I just delete all them apps on my phone. Shit, hella distracting. Only shit. Me too. At one point.
Really are, because he quite literally will go to a food spot, give a review, and all it takes is a God damn, that's good. And the whole restaurant is fully booked up for the rest of the year. That's not a diss either, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We have what Keith.
That's fire. I love people like this.
Mukbang videos that became popular where they're eating gargantuan masses of food. I learned that some people watch these because they want to feel like they're literally eating the food, but their stomach.
I've never understood mukbangs. Have y'all ever watched mukbangs? Let me know.
Can't take it, so
and if so, why?
Someone else do it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. I just get sick and want to yak out a car window.
So annoying for no reason.
If you eating like this, you dead ass abusing your stomach wall lining. Next, we got vaping. For all the people who watch me and vape, I just want to let you know.
This has nothing to do with Tommy. But people watch my videos that vape, and I'm looking right at you. Throw that shit out.
Oh, you're bigger than the vape.
Nah,
so
mukbang seem pointless to me. Facts.
Put it down for your health now and your future. And pick up a cigarette like a real. I always find it.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
Someone saying that our generation was bombarded with PSAs about smoking and the harmful effects of it. Everyone ended up thinking we wouldn't be affected by it as much and be a much more healthy generation. Until they released flavors with the name Mango Cherry Freeze and Fortnite cards that no one knows the origin of to change minds instantly. I knew our generation was going to be the most addicted to it when I would walk in the school bathroom and casually see two in a stall with clouds of smoke coming out of it. And you'd have some dude on lookout paying attention to the.
Yeah, I remember the first time I see somebody vape in school. I was going into the bathroom. I was in middle school. I walked in and I just saw some kid. He like this. He do a little ghost. He look at me. He say. I look at bro and I just go pee in the stall, ignored him and went into my class. Cause what the fuck? I've tried to vape once. It was when I went into LA. This girl made me try her vape. That shit tasted like gum. Why does that taste like that? No.
Of keys
tastes like mint gum.
Staff member was around or not. Then they start fumbling around and waving the smoke around to try to hide it. I didn't even know how bad it was at first though, until I found out kids in elementary school are doing it too. As a kid in elementary school, where the fuck are you getting the money to even afford that? Are you selling your rare Fortnite skins or something, then ordering them on eBay?
Vaping was not a thing when I was like 6. When I was 16, I just come out, but it seemed sort of lame and not cool. Then a few years ago, it just boomed. Facts.
3.5% of middle schoolers in America vape as well. Low-key, we gotta bring back those scary anti-smoking ads. Because I remember when I was a kid being terrified of the thought of smoking. They would show the diagram of a healthy lung versus smoker lung, and I would have nightmares for the rest of the week. And no, you can't quit at any time. If you're somebody that has to sit there and reason with your friends like you're making a deal on Wall Street that you can, then let me introduce you to the last stage of grief, acceptance. It's okay to accept the fact that the rest of your friends are gonna live amazing, willing, full lives until 80, 90, or 100. And at 40, you're gonna drop randomly in your kitchen after those mango cherry freeze chemicals reach your heart. And weed smokers, where y'all
Facts.
going? Cause y'all ain't safe from this either. In general,
Whoa, what the fuck did I do? But then it became uncool. Nah, facts.
of a weed smoker and vape smoker, the weed smoker is usually more healthy, mainly because the product doesn't have mysterious chemicals imported from a factory in Beijing. Nowadays though, they be lacing the hell out of that weed, so I don't even know about that anymore. You could be picking up what you think is some regular Zaw from your local dealer, and it ends up being laced with fent, raccoon, and pee. The most annoying thing about weed smokers is they do the same thing as vape smokers, saying they can quit at any time, but they'll also argue with you saying it makes them more productive, and they'll bring up successful people that do it as an example.
I ain't gonna lie though, when I am high, yeah, weed ain't legal here. It's legal here. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. What the fuck? But, nah, I smoke. When I get high, I don't really smoke like that. I'm a casual smoker. But when I get high, I usually, like, I be chilling, but I be getting mad shit done.
Example, like, I don't know, Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa. The person saying it though, 99% of the time is never productive. Like, you ask them what they did through.
No, that's
and
true
it's
though.
take a
That's true. I
shower,
had mad homies like that.
Rage on Valorant, goon to Sophie Rain, then smoke 7 times. If you're not one of those productive people using it, then you can't say it. And you'll also never be as productive as someone sober in that time. It's so bad, you got who will work the whole week, then half of their paycheck is going to some rolling papers and that flight duck pack.
I need that duck pack.
I think the reason why the rise of addictions and smoking weed is because it's so easy to access nowadays. They got whole apps meant to deliver strains to people, and you can go on Snapchat and casually see 10 dealers in a 1-mile radius. Back then, people were scared of getting caught, especially when the internet wasn't a thing. Plus, it was a lot more penalized, so people didn't take the risk. Next, we got gooning. I already made a whole video on this, so we don't gotta...
I don't even understand why motherfuckers do this shit.
Spend a lot of time on this. But the algorithms nowadays, more than ever, are meant to fuel horniness. Like, have y'all ever opened your Instagram feed or TikTok feed and they're literally throwing it in your face? No matter how many times I click not interested, it doesn't work. I think they have the button there just for fun. The best platform I see optimized where I don't see it is YouTube, because my algo was built brick by brick. It still happens though, trust me. Like, somebody watching this probably got some freaky AI chatbot ad. But on Instagram and TikTok, they purposely don't listen to me.
Nah, I be blocking niggas too. I ain't even gonna lie. But it's easy to find, you know.
I just want one person to do some research on these algorithms and see if they got a horny piece of code written in there. A lot of people also talk about why were we so sexual at a young age, which is kind of true, you know, when I think about it. It's a mix of things. One being the internet, although it's not as bad as now. Like a Gen Alpha kid with unmonitored access in 2025 is probably gonna win porn at the age of 7. Probably a mix of us looking at these Disney stars when we were kids and thinking of some freaky. The crazy thing to me was the shift of how OF stars and corn stars were perceived. Back then, I remember when a girl got leaked, it was the worst thing to happen to her life. Like, her whole sacred temple was exposed to the world. Or just somebody ousted as doing that line of work. They would never want that info out. But nowadays, if you see a link tree in that bio, it's like a Russian roulette of if you'll see an OnlyFans link or not. It's just a casual thing now to see someone naked online. Never in my life growing up, I would think someone I went to high school with would start one, but I'm about 0 to 3 wrong, so... good thing I didn't put a bet on that. Oh, and speaking of bets, gambling is next. Parlays have by themselves ruined the financial dreams of millions of Gen Z. Because with parlays, it feels like you're not putting much in.
Chad, I did 3 parlays. I lost all 3. I never parlay ever fucking again. Y'all niggas got me fucked. I broke my phone.
And if you already hate your
I broke my phone. I threw that bitch across the room.
You're gonna take the risk and throw in something you can lose, like $10 or $20. But that ends up adding up, and as you keep losing, you end up losing like half your week's salary over some stupid ass prediction. My opinion is sports gambling is way more of a problem for us than traditional gambling. Like, I feel like that was the problem back then. Although we definitely got our addicts for that too. Kick as a platform is pretty much meant as a funnel to stake where you can play slots to your heart's desire. Sports betting wouldn't even be that bad if everyone did doing it actually have the disposable income to. But there should be no reason your whole paycheck is going on a bet. And it's really hard to stop because when you do get those wins, you always think you could get one potentially with another bet. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been getting a whole lot more of sports betting app ads a lot. It makes no sense too because I live in Texas. I can't even gamble here. Why are they even pushing it here when it's banned? Like, it makes zero sense to me. It's almost like they know people can use VPNs to do it anyways. And they be giving some crazy ass bonuses just for you to join and make a single bet. Like, who wouldn't take a free $100 to bet for just a tiny risk of forever being indebted to the app and watching every single one of the 500 bets you made in the past week? Just a tiny risk though. The sports betting industry growth is so insane when
Nah, that's crazy.
you look at the chart. Just 7 years ago, it was only $209 million, and now it's around $4 to $6 billion. If this ain't an indication of a recession, then I don't know what is. People's doing anything to get money. I guarantee there's some dads out there risking their paycheck and if their kids get to eat, just to see if the bet will hit of LeBron.
It's not popular, it happens, but
Next,
them
we got
they can't.
And it's time to be open and honest, y'all. This is probably
I like that.
Closest with. My excuses though, I only take pre-workout on days I work out, which is 5 days in a week. Not really a good excuse though, but trust me, I could quit anytime.
Why do y'all take energy drinks before y'all work out? Why don't y'all just wake up, eat a Cliff Bar, and go to the gym? Like, I don't have a problem. I don't know. Even if I'm tired at the gym, I just like wake myself up. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Like, once you do one workout, and you go till failure, energy drinks make you nervous. Yeah, like when I go to the gym, I just chill, bro. Like, I don't need an energy drink.
I just need a little powder sprinkled in my toothpaste to get my bones jolting. Caffeine addiction is probably the easiest one to get because when you're tired in a day and
I drink a lot of water. I literally only drink water.
Legal substances you can take to boost your energy. Sadly, they banned the original Coke formula, but I've heard there's ways to get around it. It also doesn't help that on TikTok, people will post their favorite coffee recipes or drink they got at Starbucks. Then people run to the store to get the exact same one to see what the hype is about. Everybody all of a sudden also started drinking matcha and making matcha everything. Matcha coffees, matcha pancakes, matcha noodles. A couple of years ago, would have seen something like this and fried you on the
Yo, do y'all want to go IRL? I have to go to the grocery store. Y'all want to go IRL? After we finish editing this video and post it, we can go IRL and go to the grocery store.
Like, matcha is cool to me, but
y'all want to do that? Matcha sucks. I agree.
Global shortages of it because
what y'all think? Y'all want to go IRL? Bet? All right, bet. We gotta go to the grocery store. My girlfriend sent me a list. I have to get that. Yeah, why not? Let's go IRL. All right, after this video.
Families on a one-man salary while getting 4 hours of sleep. Every company now, for some reason, has their own line of energy drinks. Like,
let me ask y'all niggas a question in the comments. Do y'all think The Rock is natty? Yes or no? I just want to see.
Ass drinking the Toxic Waste energy drink and the Sonic the Hedgehog energy drink. Actually, that last one might not be too bad.
Hell no, get the fuck out of here.
I think caffeine addiction is also rising too because a lot more people are sleep deprived nowadays. It's a blessing for real if you can get 8 full hours of sleep.
I agree.
This time. So when people are tired, they say, "Why?"
And I was one of them niggas back in the day when I was like a kid, and I believe them niggas was natty.
Let me just get one energy drink for the day. There is a very big risk with it though, and we can't forget. Energy drinks have only been getting used a lot more in the past 2 decades, so we still don't have long-term studies on their effects. And there's even tragic cases about it, like the case of Katie Donnell. Katie Donnell was a 28-year-old teacher and fitness enthusiast, and she always tried to live a healthy lifestyle and had a lot of caffeine through the day as one of the things. She would have 3 energy drinks a day and a caffeine supplement on top of that before going to the gym. And by the way, the max amount of caffeine you're supposed to have in a day is 400 milligrams. Depending on how much caffeine those drinks had, she could have been having like 2x or 3x the daily limit. But even if they were smaller amounts, I think we can all agree that just the sound of having 3 energy drinks a day is insane. And in 2021, Katie had a heart attack and had to be put in the hospital, where 10 days later, she sadly passed away from the effects of it. So if you're near having 3 drinks a day, it might be time to reconsider how many you're having. The best schedule for people that do want to have caffeine is 5 days a week with at least 2 days
at that age.
The more you
rest in
have
peace,
it,
man.
the more tolerant you get to it. So it's always better to have a little reset just so the effects still hit.
Bro, I know motherfuckers that will drink. Yo, what's up, Juice? I know motherfuckers that will literally drink. Like I don't even know, like mad coffees, bro. Mad coffees, like 5 minimum a day.
It's also a problem too that kids are now starting to have energy drinks. When Prime released its energy drinks, there was parents complaining that their kids were having them and it was causing problems. I don't know what type of stress these kids is even going through to be having energy drinks.
I'm recording a video.
Drinking them after having some adult type responsibilities.
I'll do that
Before
after.
18, I wasn't.
I got you, Brody.
And once again, parents strike again at not monitoring their kids, because how do they even get access to these energy drinks? Since I said I only have them when I work out,
Listen, my kid ain't touching no fucking energy drinks. That nigga will get his ass beat.
oh, we might as well throw gym in there as an addiction. Some of y'all might think it's odd that gym is here, but if you see how fitness social media is now,
This is probably one of the best addictions that we could have. I would rather motherfuckers be addicted to wanting to be a bodybuilder in the context of going to the gym, but not the steroid part. You feel what I mean?
you know how bad it can get. There's been a lot more of a rise in gym influencers since 2020. I'm glad the gym is becoming way more popular though, because in general, it's good for everyone's health. But the lengths some people take to look like some of the influencers online is unbelievable. It's universally known now that a lot of influencers online straight up use performance-enhancing drugs to look the best. One of the biggest known cases I would say is The Rock. Everyone knows
be in the gym,
for his
OD.
physique at his
You call
age,
me.
it's almost
I'm
impossible.
crying. Nothing
for
wrong
him
with
to look
that.
like this without taking some type of performance-enhancing drug. He always
Facts.
denies it and says he doesn't use them, which no one believes. Because when your job is to look the best, a lot of these influencers and celebs feel like they have no choice but to take them to keep up with everyone. And people in the gym community point out all the time who may be fake or real. One of the biggest gym influencers on YouTube's job is literally predicting from years of experience what influencer or celeb transformation is real or fake. But even if the influencers doing it are natural, it's never good to compare yourself, because their entire job is meant to look good. Like, they can spend hours at a time in the gym every day to look like that. Meanwhile, the average person usually gets out of school or work and can have 1 or 2 hours max.
Chat, I'm not big Aki or whatever, but some nigga thought I was on steroids because of how quickly I built muscle in the gym. So that means that nigga gay, because he be watching me too much.
And it leads to people thinking they have to take the same drugs those influencers are taking. Nowadays, there's people who will show their
wrong with
journey
that, by
through
the way.
taking steroids or testosterone casually. I guess it's kind of good they're being honest, but like, can you imagine people did this for any other drug? Imagine a meth addict
don't
showing
know.
their journey of taking it through the years. And the people taking these drugs are getting younger and younger because they look up to these guys, ruining their whole body before it even got time to fully develop. It's okay to accept the fact that you probably won't reach their level, and if you do, it'll just take you significantly longer, which is fine. Like, bro, you got decades of your life to reach that type of build if you want to. You don't gotta rush it when you're young. And the reality is, you probably won't even want to keep up with that type of physique because it'll be too much work. The last category we got, which 90%
Oh, hell no. I'm not. Y'all chat, y'all will not see me with a belly.
of my audience will relate to, is unemployment. Unemployment is the new cool lifestyle that everyone's getting into.
34.
It is not cool to not have a job.
What do you do?
I am a risk taker. I'm a road runner. I'm an entrepreneur.
I mean, think of it. You can nibble off of someone else's work for free while laying down on a couch and watching your favorite TV show. Society's become so
Insane.
sick that anyone who quits
For all of my YouTube people out there, if you don't have a job, get a job. Unless you're making your own money.
their job, or anyone who's applied to more than 5 and got denied, just give up and decide to live that lifestyle. You even mention the word job to certain and they start quivering.
Bro, I know a homeboy that will get
You know
really
what?
upset if I
I'm
mention that
feeling
shit.
pretty evil today. Let's go ahead and go on a TOS run to get me packed out of here real quick. And I do want to put a disclaimer. What you're about to hear may be disturbing. Job. Employment. Working. Career. Business.
Throw in college in too. Throw college in there too.
Profession. Operation. I feel free being able to say what I want. I feel like the world is in the palm of my hand. For some reason,
Nice,
even
that's
though it
fire.
feels like no one is getting a job now, we're actually reaching low levels of employment, well, at least compared to 2020. Moment of silence for all my who were looking for a job during COVID. Glad that wasn't me, because God knows where I would be right now. The thing that's doomed Gen Z is as soon as finally started to get their degrees and get ready for the real world, AI had to advance at levels we never thought possible. I might have to make a video on just this alone. Man, we all thought AI would take jobs like fast food and have robots flipping burgers, but that's it. Now you got AI that can code entire websites for free. You got AI that automatically run YouTube channels and generate them unlimited money. And for us, it was a big rush of people getting STEM degrees because everyone was saying that was the speed run to get a 6-figure job. It's great to know that all those degrees are completely useless now that those jobs are taken by AI. So no wonder everyone's giving up and are embracing their unemployment. And when GTA 6 drops, mark my words, will quit their jobs just to have time to play this once in a lifetime
Nah, and GTA 6 comes out the day before my Jordan year.
game. I'm truly scared for the job market in that moment. Hospitals are gonna be empty from doctors and
Bro, niggas talking about they taking off for a week.
nurses trying to finish the GTA 6 storyline. So anyways, that's about it. If you don't align close to any of the things
Listen, bro. Alright, check. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers, just because y'all see something on the internet or just because you see something that looks cool, do not motherfucking do it. At the end of the day, it might look like cool on the internet, people doing it, them gas shit, smoking the pot. If you a young kid and you see people doing it and people ask you like, yo, come on, hit this shit, don't do it, bro. Enjoy your childhood, have a good time, be happy. If you do something, do it in moderations, but don't make it a habit. At the end of the day, I want all of y'all, including my viewers, I want y'all to succeed as well too. But besides that, chat, I just want to let y'all know, thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. Make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow me on Instagram, and also don't forget to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/JSalty, JSalty, and I'm out.
Alright, for y'all baby, man, this one from the heart. My day ones are angels, 120 degrees and threes work all angles. My brother died early, got his halo. My name is sex and then I can't go.